Hi everyone, Stefan here. Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys had a good weekend. It's Monday, and usually I would announce and sort of prepare what I was gonna do in advance, but this time I wasn't too sure actually, and I didn't find the time this weekend to finish the Rocketeer, so I figured we'd do that first, and then we'll see how much time's left and what else could be done. So I won't waste time, and I'll just jump straight into it. So that's the guy where we left off. I think I changed a little bit the helmet off stream last time, but only for a few minutes. So now we're gonna take it from there. So here it is. I still think that leg is a bit long overall. So I'm gonna try to get rid of the smoke. I think I'm gonna try and just shorten that thigh a little bit. And then I think it's a bit fat, so I'll just fix this a bit. I think even this could be a bit shorter. Wouldn't mind that. Do the same thing here. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Just a bit cleaner, hopefully. So fairly very simple change, but I think it's all right. Then also I changed a little bit the rocket, the jetpack. I think I'm not sure we need to show both rockets. It's getting confusing in this area. I think I'm not a big fan of confusing this area. So I think it's probably okay to take a bit of liberty with that, a bit of freedom, and then leave it as it is. As long as we see one, I think it's probably fine. This was more or less done. I think this should be the color of whatever strap we use here to attach the maybe a little higher actually. Yeah, can do that. Got the Mauser what was it? C96, according to June's reference. Keep this. Be a bit of a highlight on it. Can hurt. This. That is fine. I think the helmet probably be difficult to do anything better than that at this point. I think could go a little wider there with the torso. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move this a bit like this. Flip it real quick. I think that's all right. curious to see different legs, just for fun. Let's say just gonna copy Rambo over and bar his legs for a second. It won't be very good, but it's okay. I just want to make sure that I'm not making a mistake here, trying to stick to that flying pose. So let's say if you want to really quickly brighten up something, you can do it this way. Levels, and then all we need to do then is bring some you know, some of this color. Doesn't really matter at this point if it's clean or not. It's just get a sense for it. Put some quick boots, whatever. This is really just to get it's like a quick second opinion. So let's say we have this, and copy Rocketeer, get rid of his legs. Oh, this thing. This is the worst thing. Okay, so you know what? We're gonna do it once and for all. Edit, keyboard shortcuts, and we're gonna go palette. Where's this stupid note? I don't even know when a note is. It is in the tools, I'm pretty sure. Tools has to be there somewhere. Okay, notes tool, delete shortcut. That's it, done. Now I'll never put a note for no reason. And what I'm gonna do, actually, should have done that earlier. I'm gonna have a double shortcut for the pen, if I can do that. I hope I can do it. Tools. Where's this pen? Pencil. Oh, I can't add one. That's really a shame. Wish I could have done that. It's a shame. Okay. But at least I won't hit the notes by mistake now. So let's get rid of that quickly. And I just want to see if I should do something else. No, I don't like it. I don't think I want to go over this again. I think we're going to stick to that. But you know, sometimes it's quick test you can try. I'd always rather try it and rather than miss it, you know, just because I'm lazy and missing an opportunity would be a shame. I think that's fine. Okay. So I think as far as E is concerned, I think we're probably fine at this point. I mean, like I said, you know, it could go on for a long time, but at some point we need to move on. So this smoke, we're just gonna keep the way it is, but make it a little cleaner. I think for smoke, it's probably fine to have just a little bit of anti-aliasing. I have no idea what this is so bright. Oh, I know. Full opacity, okay. So we're gonna do just a bit of anti-aliasing here and there. Just so it looks just a little cleaner. Smoke, kind of want it to look soft, you know. So in that sense, it's okay to have just a bit of anti-aliasing there, and we can even have a third, you know, sort of a color. So the third value, I mean. Do that real quick. Keep another view. I want to feel contact with the ground, but at the same time maybe a little bit of perspective on it. It's not entirely flat. I think we can probably have a bit more lighting hitting this. Like so. Just trying to make everything a bit clean. Can have spot maybe a bit in shadow. Doesn't have to be super complicated, as long as there's some motion to it and feels a little bit of a form and volume. It's probably good. So something that I was thinking of doing, I haven't had the time to do it yet, but I want to try and support the stream and you know, hopefully get a little bit of the word out and a bit more viewers by having a YouTube channel as well. And so the question is, it seems like there's two ways of doing things on YouTube, depending on who's doing it. One is you just dump directly your stream onto YouTube, complete with everything, just like so it would be just like watching the VODs from Twitch, but on YouTube, and the just as they are. Obviously, you know, this is the easiest way. Or the other way would be to do time lapses. So instead of watching the stream in 3 hours or so, you watch it in about 20 minutes times 8, eight times the speed. So that might be a good way. But then, of course, if I do this, then I have to put some kind of music on the time lapse, or I have to and that would be my preference. I have to re-record a commentary on it, going into sort of like the essential of what I talked about during the actual stream. So I'm not sure what people would prefer watching. I have the feeling that on YouTube people don't really have time to sit for like 3 hours and watch a video that goes into all this detail. My feeling is that the time lapse is probably the better choice, but I'm not too sure. So obviously the both have kind of advantages and drawbacks. The main thing about the time lapse would be that it's more condensed, faster, quicker to watch. So it's a bit more friendly. But there's two problems. One is that the people would not get the all of the information, obviously, that they get in a full stream. And it's a bit difficult to condense 3 hours of talking into 15 to 20 minutes. And the other flip side is that obviously it's a lot more work for me, because I have to really re-record, edit the editing part is not too long, but I have to re-record an entire commentary on every stream. So that's one option. The option of just dumping the stream as it is it's obviously a lot less work for me. I just basically have to. There's even an option within Twitch that you can use that just uploads everything to YouTube. So that's the good part, and also people get the full, the entire, like the whole information, everything is in there. They can scrub through it if they want, or they can watch the entire thing. But the problem is that then they some people may get impatient and think that it's just too much stuff to watch, and they may want to have a more condensed, to the point experience. So I'm not too sure what's the best there, what I should do. Anyways, that's pretty good smoke. I kind of want it to be quite light, I think. Don't necessarily feel like we need to go too high contrast. It's more like to feel some kind of and then I wonder, I don't think I would want to do some fire, because fire would be very much at the origin of the rocket, and we can't really see it. So unfortunately, I think here it might be a little difficult to get this. I mean, we could do a little bit of something like this, but it's just too far from the origin of the rocket, I think. I'm not sure this is the best way to go. Kind of a tricky one there. Wish the thing is, well, I guess I could shorten quite significantly the holster for the gun, because we don't really need it to be that big, that long. So I guess I could potentially do something like this. Kind of put as much fire as we can. Oh, I have no idea why I can't. Like this. What is okay? So I guess maybe we could do that. This may work. Then could light the smoke a little bit. So that could do it. Sweep everything. I guess we could do that. That might do it. Just a concern here. It looks a little weird though. I think we need to probably just focus on. So speaking of rockets, I went in this weekend and went to see First Man, like I was talking about last week, and then it's confirmed that it's definitely something to watch, really. And I think whether you are into the whole, space race and all that stuff, I think it's still very much worth seeing, because I think what Damien Chazelle did there was it's a very human film, And actually, I was reading about that, and he really says that to him it was the human aspect of the whole endeavor that really interested him, and notably when it comes down to the personality of Neil Armstrong. He was a very secretive man. Didn't share a lot, and I think Damien Chazelle and the scriptwriter, they really walk that line extremely well, where you never feel like the Armstrong is a machine, or someone devoid of emotion. But at the same time, you understand who he is by the end of the movie, and definitely a man that a man of few words, for sure, that would not again into longer declarations or sentimentality. He was I think also very much at his work. I think his work was a very important part of his life, and that's why he was an engineer by trade, and you can tell that defined him. But anyway, I think it's a very it's a great film to watch, and especially for younger generations. Because I mean, when you think of Damien Chazelle himself said that when the studios approached him to make the movie, he wasn't really convinced that he wanted to do it, because this guy, as talented and awarded as he is already in his career, he was born in 1985. He's 33 years old, very young guy. So to him, he was not even born when Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon. So it was. I think it's he shared a sentiment that a lot of the young generation has, that it's something somewhat of an old story, that doesn't really deserve a lot of attention. But because I guess he's a curious guy. He read the biography and got really passionate about it, and thought that there was a really good story to tell there. Not only a story of a human, a mind kind of accomplishment, but also a story of people, in their struggles and in their personal lives, and how they managed to make this work, instead of try to manage both their professional life and their personal life, which was really thrown into turmoil most of the time. There was a lot of not only physical risk and danger, but also a lot of an enormous mental pressure to succeed, and lots of work, long hours. So it's interesting that I think the director, he took a really very, very good approach there. I think it's a great film. Highly recommended. It's very tense at moments, You're especially I think if you go see it in 70mm IMAX, then with the sound and everything, I think you'll be at the edge of your seat quite a few times, actually. It's interesting, the fact that in spite of the fact that we know he's going to succeed, it's a very accurate movie, by the way, in terms of all that is portrayed. There's really a very, very few moments where you can maybe think that they took a little bit of freedom with reality and historical accuracy. I think for the most part, it's an extremely accurate movie. Know a little bit about the story because I read about it beforehand, and there's really no part except a few very nerdy technical things that I can mention, but for the most part, I think it's an extremely faithful to reality. And but in spite of that, you'll realize that his life and his accomplishments, speaking of Neil Armstrong, were so extraordinary that they really didn't need a lot of they didn't need to take any sort of liberty with the painted on the wrong layer. That's okay. They didn't need to paint to do a lot of to invent anything. It was really or exaggerate or sweeten things. It's just how it happened, really. Special effects are very, very well done too. They have this practical flair to them that I really like personally. I think it was a smart choice because they also have footage of actual footage from the time, from the 60s, that is very granular, very grainy, and so I think the fact that they chose to have a lot of special effects that are on gimbals, like in-camera effects, and miniatures and full-scale models, I think makes the whole thing look very genuine, very realistic, and kind of gritty. Nothing feels too clean, or there's no fancy cameras, traveling in 3D space, or you feel the weight, you feel the Coriolis forces when you're in a spacecraft. You feel the how claustrophobic it is to be in a Gemini aircraft, and how small it is, and how difficult it is to see anything on the dashboard, and the instruments, and the vibrations, and all of that. So I think it's very much a very personal take on the space conquest. You're very much in there with those guys. Extremely few shots of outside the vehicles, by choice. That is for sure. But I think everything makes this work on a very personal, very visceral aspect. So yeah, very impressive. Again, this young director is someone I think that we're gonna hear from quite a bit in the future. I wouldn't be surprised if he follows on the footsteps of Spielberg and the Coen brothers, or people of that caliber. Very impressive. At such a young age, he demonstrates an incredible amount of maturity in his storytelling too, I think. Very economic, resists the urge of flooding the movie with useless dialogue and sentiment and or passion. It's all the tone is very consistent, and that's something that I think is very telling of someone who's very confident in his craft already. So First Man, I really recommend that you guys see this. It's kind of a shame that the movie doesn't seem to be doing too good at the box office. Actually, it's doing pretty bad, and I'm not too surprised, because, like I said, I think it's a story that a lot of people considered from the past, and not necessarily an easy subject to sell. That's for sure. It took I'm actually surprised that the studio wanted to tell this story, and even more surprised than they gave it to Damien Chazelle, because they had to know that he would do a very sober approach on it, a very realistic take that would not concede to reality for just for cheap stakes, So yeah, I pull my hat to this man and to the people who worked on this film, for sure. Very impressive. So yeah, I think we're gonna be good with our guy there. Didn't take a lot to do, but had to do it nonetheless. I can't really think of much to add. Sorry, hold on. I'm back. I had to sneeze. Thank God for that mute button on the mic. Very useful. It's a very good mic. I like it. I like it quite a bit. So I'm gonna name this smoke. And I think we're gonna be good at this point. Actually, let me show you something too. This is Jessica Rabbit. So, like I said last time, there's a few people who mentioned that they wanted to see some features on our face, which I certainly can understand. But I was a little skeptical about the idea. But I agreed with the fact that the head was a bit short. I think a longer head was more appropriate, which I did there, and then I added some also some features, um, facial features like suggestion of an eye, and then dips, and I think it's definitely was a good suggestion. I'm glad people said that, and that I followed their advice. I think it was a good thing to do. So that's the latest and greatest Jessica Rabbit. Not much change there, but definitely shows the importance, I think, of following feedback and trying to at least listen to feedback if possible. Not all feedback, I think, is always valid, but usually when you have 2-3 people making that same comment, that they miss a face in there, then I think it's worth listening to them, and that's what I tried to do. So I'm happy for that, and I think I'll post a new version on Reddit just to see if people react to that new version, and see if they like the changes or not. It might be interesting to see. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to take out my nose again. Believe it or not, it's been 2 weeks now, and still I can't really get completely out from this cold. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on. I don't think I've I've ever had a cold that lasts that long. It's pretty insane. So okay, Jessica Rabbit we took care of. Just showed you guys a little bit of what we were doing here, and just gonna put a little bit more emphasis on the buttons there. So much part of the character that I think it's worth pushing this a bit. So there, Rocketeer in with the smoke. So that's gonna be that for that. We'll give him a little folder here for him. You can grab everything at the same time. And there. Okay, so so now the question is what to do now. And I really haven't thought about it. So either I do a quick little environment tile. Maybe I could start another character. And I was thinking that maybe for some reason I was thinking of doing Mary Poppins, which is really nothing to do with Rocketeer except that both of them fly with very, very different means, but they kind of both fly. And they're actually gonna have a new a reboot of Mary Poppins with Emily Blunt coming out, which worries me to no end for Mary Poppins. But you know what? Well, it's fine. We can still go back to the old movie if things end up in a disaster, which they probably will. But maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, they definitely deserve a shot if they want to do it. After all, it's Walt Disney. It's their property. If they want to try it, then good for them. If that can bring new generations to that that wonderful film that was Mary Poppins, then all for the better. I think it's a very it's a very good film. Again, has a lot of humanity in it. It's I remember the I felt very for some reason I felt very close, not close, but I could relate for some reason to even though I was a kid when I saw it, but I remember thinking of the character of the dad of the family and how he is so unhappy in his job, and you know, he works at a bank or something, and he's miserable already, but he feels like he has to provide for his family, and he does what he has to do. But it's he's such a sad character that when they get to that scene, I'm not gonna spoil it if you guys haven't seen it, but get to a scene where you know, they bring a little bit of joy in his life, then I think it's to me was a very, very powerful scene. I remember that. So I hope they can get to that level of fun and emotion in the new one. We'll see. It's certainly quite really big shoes to fill. This to follow up in the footsteps of the first one. I thought I read about Emily Blunt saying that she refused to. She saw the film as a kid, but she refused to watch it again recently, knowing that she would get the part of Mary Poppins, because she said that she didn't want to be influenced by how what's the name? Oh, what's the name of oh, you know who am I talking about? The actress. Jesus. Okay. Hold on. I can't believe Julie Andrews. I just came back. Yeah, Julie Andrews. And yeah, Emily Ben said that she didn't want to watch Julie Andrews as Mary Poppins again, and because she wanted to do her own interpretation of her, which I mean, why not? You know, but you know, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Because Mary Poppins, to me, is really Julie Andrews. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I think Emily Blunt is a talented actress. She can probably do something with that character. But I hope she. I don't know if it's a reboot or like a sequel or something. I'm not sure. I haven't really read about what they do with it. But I sure hope that they didn't mess up the script, because even with the best actor in the world, if the script is messed up, then they won't be able to do anything good with it. Okay, I think we're gonna stop on the Rocketeer now. So I could do Mary Poppins in her classic. I mean, this is I think the image that everyone knows. Flies down from the sky with the umbrella in the bag, the big bag, and the shoes, the silly shoes. That's a good one. Could be a fun one to do. Or I could do Predator. Okay, Genius made this. Predator, Alien, ED29, Ecto 1. Ecto 1, who's that? Ecto 1. Oh, is that the car? That from is that the wait, I'm confused. For some reason I seem to remember it's the license plate of the Ghostbuster. No? Or not. Or maybe that's okay, that's it. Okay. The spinner. Ah, the spinner is kinda cool. Yeah, that's a good I like that. I like the spinner. We could do that. A car. Yeah, I like that. Mad Max Interceptor is good too. Yeah, actually, it's good. Well, why don't we do a vehicle? I think it's a good idea. What should we do? I kind of want to do the spinner though. Not gonna lie, it's a really good one. Maybe we could do that. I'll tell you what. Alien and Predator are awesome, especially Alien. But I just don't have the courage to tackle them now. It's too much pressure. Too much pressure for Alien. I have too much respect for that that film. I just can't do it. I have to think about it, and at some point I'll just have to go for it, you know. But I can't do Alien. There's no way. But I guess the spinner we could do. We could do the spinner. It's fun. It's fun references. Blade Runner spinner. So the spinner was designed by probably my favorite. I would say not probably. I'd say I'll just go ahead and say my favorite concept artist designer of all time, Sid Mead. Absolutely amazing artist. I was lucky enough to meet him actually in Montreal a couple of times. Talk a little bit with him. He's a very fun character. Definitely a character. And he had some great stories to tell about his vast career in the entertainment, and not only in entertainment, but also you know, car design, industrial design. He designed so many things that influenced, still influence design as of today. You know, even though most of his biggest accomplishments were go back to the 60s mostly. But such an incredible visionary guy. Very. I don't think there's ever been another Sid Mead, and it will take some time before there's another one for sure. At least that we know of. And by the way, I'm gonna say that I hated the spinner, or the new spinner, but that's just me. I just don't like it in the new Blade Runner. I generally didn't like the vehicles in the new film, but you know, whatever. It's kind of personal, I guess. Well, I didn't like that film anyway, so for multiple reasons. Even though I have immense respect for Denis Villeneuve, immense respect for that guy. I think The Arrival, Sicario, and what else? Prisoners are incredible films, but unfortunately, I really didn't like what he did with Blade Runner, and honestly don't blame him, because I'm pretty sure that a bunch of people got involved that shouldn't have, whether they are producers or you know, Ridley Scott maybe probably was too much involved. I don't know. I honestly don't know the story of it, so maybe it's every single choice that was made in that film was made by Denis Villeneuve. It's possible, certainly possible. I have no real backstory or insight, you know, on it, but that would surprise me personally. So, but that doesn't change the fact that Blade Runner was very, very influential, and for multiple reasons. Even though I have to say that I don't think that Blade Runner is a very good movie, and don't start, you know, freaking out. Or I know when I say this, people usually start picking up stones to throw them at me, but I think the point is, if you look at it for what it is, for a film, is I really don't think that, from a storytelling point of view, I don't think Blade Runner is a very good film. But it's just a monumental visual and accomplishment, and definitely something that no one had seen before. They really there's a funny story about that, actually. Let me find a reference and then I'll start painting. And this is pretty good. Is it good? So Junior will know everything about the spinner, so he'll be able to tell me if that looks. Not that we need a super accurate spinner either, because to be fair, at that size, we're gonna have to take a lot of shortcuts. But I always prefer to see shots of the actual film than you know, 3D models or whatnot, because then it's one extra layer of interpretation that I don't necessarily like to have. Would be good to find a shot. This is crap. What about this? Is this? I don't know. When I'm ready for Alien, you mean? I could take years, man. I don't know. Alien, this just scares the hell out of me in many ways, but as oh, this is good. This is pretty good too. Look at this guy. Seems like he's got his spinner definitely very precise there. I think it's a pretty good one. Kind of tempted to take this. It looks good to me. I'm gonna take this for now. Well, obviously I'd like to find the proper angle, you know, but let's not be too demanding. Oh, how about that? Hold on, let me go to this guy's website. Oh, it's a YouTube. Interesting. So let's okay, whatever. Let's go through this real quick. He's showing off his thing. Okay, yeah, he's got the, look at that. He's got the glass at the bottom. Yeah, painting his thing. Can we show? Would be a nice 3/4 top view. Would be beautiful. Ah, I'm not gonna get it. I know I'm not gonna get it. Plus, it's not finished, but. Ah, he's not done. Terrible. Let's find another one, and we'll sort of try and find extrapolate based on two. This is not too bad either. I think it's pretty good. I got a Lego one thanks to someone on the chat. I got 2 Lego ones actually that I'm very happy about. I guess I could take this, but then you guys wouldn't be able to see it, so kind of want you to see the reference. I don't want too much. There's way too much perspective in this. It's gonna screw me, so I have to be careful with that. This is not bad either. I guess we could almost take this, save you more. Oh, look at that. That's pretty good, I think. That looks pretty good to me. But then, do I really remember how it is exactly in the film? Not really. I mean, you don't really see it very well in the movie anyway. It's kind of, you know, there's a lot of rain and lighting. It's very moody, so it's hard to get a clear picture. That's good. I think that's good. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Let's see how this looks compared to the other guy in terms of proportions and how long the vehicle is. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think we can do with that. I think we can probably go with that. Let's see how it goes. What's the worst that can happen? Plus, so okay, Alien. Here's the other thing with Alien. First of all, there's multiple versions of Alien. You know, there's the Alien from Alien, the kind of Alien warrior from Aliens. There's the dog Alien from Alien 3, the David Fincher one. There's the Queen. There's a bunch of aliens. So to me, if I was gonna do one, I'd do the original, the classic. You know, the Geiger one from Alien, from the very first movie. But this, I feel like when you look at it, Alien looks very awesome in certain poses that are very difficult to get, and looks terrible in other poses. So because you kind of want to get the long head, you know, like the big sort of like banana head, but then that means you kind of have to have him a little bit sideways, and that could look a little funky. So, you know, so it's I think it's a tricky one. I think it's definitely tricky. Plus, he's all black, and all the interesting subtle detail, like the skull that you can see, sort of a translucency. under that shell in the head, there's a skull that you see, almost a human skull. I don't think you can really represent this in at that size. So I think there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be lost, unfortunately, and that are very important for the creepy aspect of the creature, like the 6 fingers. Or the how many does he have? Like 6, and like 2 of them are like merged together. Like all that stuff is. I can't get any of that. So it's gonna be big tail and spindly. Long limbs, and the shape of the head, and the 2 big sort of like almost like I don't know, like exhaust pipes looking things on the back, or the 4. Is there 4 I think. So I mean that's it, so we'll see. But I'm way too scared to. That would be a good one for Halloween if I can muster the courage to tackle Alien for Halloween. That would be cool. That would be fun. But I don't think we'll see. Maybe we'll try. So now we're gonna do we're gonna do this. I like this angle actually. Very good. I think pretty much 1-to-1. You know what? I'm gonna be a bit lazy, and it's okay. Don't scream at me. Remember, I'm a bit sick, so I'm allowed to do this. Okay, it's fine. Don't worry. Be fine. No one will ever know. There's 3 people anyway, so if I can, if the 3 of you guys can stay silent about what I'm gonna do, then we're fine. Don't clip it. You can clip it. It's fine. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna go. What size do we need? Because I'm too lazy right now. I feel lazy. And actually, this may backfire really terribly doing this, as you'll probably see, because then you're stuck with too realistic of proportions. So it may actually backfire, but we'll try. 61. So we'll do this at 61. I'm gonna use a nearest neighbor, obviously. Boom, and then we're gonna bring this. And you're like, okay, it's done. But you see already, here's you can already see kind of the problem, how kind of small it looks, a little too thin there. So we'll have to be in there, so there's way too much perspective. You can see how this wheel or whatever this is, it's too small compared to this one. So we'll have to do one and then copy it and try to sort of counteract the perspective and sort of bring back to a more isometric view, which is also an interesting challenge actually. So let's go right into it and try and get the simplest. So at this point, what I'm really interested in is trying to get rid of all the useless crap and focus on really trying to get the best shape that I can, the most readable. Try to get the perspective nice, clean, isometric, and not too much perspective, and focus on volumes and shapes and the major masses, like I always tend to call this. And then once we're there, then maybe at that point we can start going a little bit more into detail and whatnot. I definitely don't like this thing, so I'm gonna just straight out kill it, and I think I'll try and do something with that, maybe, or I'll redo this as well. Not sure. Actually, I don't know. Or maybe this is the one I need to kill. Hold on. Not sure. I think none of them really works. So we keep our reference on the side. We don't need this anymore. I'm gonna keep this here. Get that. So I'm gonna start I'm gonna kill all the little detail and stuff, because it's I don't want to get confused with that stuff. We'll take care of it later. re-add them whenever, because I think I'm going to try and get more space if I can. Not sure that I can, but we'll see. Also want to see what's the angle of this. That's probably all right. So one thing that I want to do too is just going to change the proportions a little bit. Try to go just a bit more wide, because and I agree this is changing the vehicle a bit, but like I said, I'm not really looking for a literal perfect representation of it, but more of something that feels in the same world as those vehicles, and they're all a little different, you know, like the DeLorean doesn't really have those proportions in reality, but I try to use the space that I have, and that's kind of like the point. And we're going to simplify all the windows as much as we can. We'll deal with the reflections and all that stuff at a later stage. Right now it's really trying to simplify all of this so that we can have a good understanding of the shape, and then from that point on, when hopefully shouldn't be too hard to get all the fancy stuff in. So we'll use this as our basic blue, and also the lighting, I'll have to decide what kind of lighting direction I want. So maybe I'll have this side lighter or darker, you know. Yeah, we're gonna go in between, probably that color. Doesn't really matter that much. I'll try to repaint the detail in there later. But right now I want the clean shapes, the clean lines, all of that, you know. No nothing too weird. How is this working? What is this? Not sure. What's the other reference? I don't even just... Oh. Hold on. Oh yeah, there's a weird... What is this? There's a weird white whatever. Huh. Okay, you see, I never knew that this was there. It's interesting. Okay, well, guess we'll learn something. Oh, we got some new reference coming in. Here we go. Yeah, oh yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, very cool. Oh yeah, so it's in the center. Okay, wow. Wait, hold on. This looks like this white part looks like it's in the center in that reference, but in here it looks like it's offset on the side, which really I don't understand. I think I'm gonna go with center. It looks better to me. Yeah, very cool. It's a very good reference. What about this one? Wait, did I click that already? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. You guys can't see it, but feel free to click on the link there, and you'll see what it is. The angle is different, but it's very good for. Yeah, it's in the center. Oh, crazy! How? Wow! I'm glad that you sent that. I would have totally messed that up. Oh well. Okay, so so right now we're not gonna do it. Just trying to keep the shape. The basic shell of things, and then we'll do the fancy little knob on the top with the white. Man, that's gonna be an interesting one. That's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna keep that yellow just to have a good placement for now, and we'll deal with that later. But at least I get a sense for it. This is also something that I want to remember, so I'm just going to keep one line for now. There's another little window, whatever, here that we can keep. We'll make this better. Now the point is to try and get this nice. So nice and clean. At this point, I think the more you delete, the better. That sounds weird, but at least you know that your basic shapes are good, and you don't start introducing a lot of too many decisions at the same time. I think that's one of the things generally that when you're painting or whatever you do, I recommend that if you start to feel a little bit overwhelmed, then a good thing is to try and start removing some of the useless stuff that kind of bothers you, and trying to boil it down to the simplest things that you really need to have, because then that allows you to focus on just a few decisions at the same time. You don't have to take too many hard calls that's sometimes or conflicting, So I'm still gonna use the same color everywhere. Maybe here I'll start putting a little bit of lighting there. I think we're gonna do I think we're probably gonna do some kind of top lighting. Have this a little darker, the top a little lighter, maybe a highlight somewhere in there, because for those shapes I think it's good to have a top light. So I think I'll probably do something like this for that. We'll see. Here it's tempting to keep that nice rounded shape with all the shading, that has a lot of different colors, values, but I'm gonna kill it because again I don't want to mess up the shape, and if sometimes the shading will impact how the shape looks. So I'd rather sacrifice the shading for now, and then we'll see if we can bring this back later. Try to keep the palette a bit controlled as well. So if I need black, I'm gonna grab it from there or here. Actually, I think I'm gonna go in between. I'm gonna take this. I think this could be good. Here I'm putting this this line because I kind of want to feel like it's a very important part of that design. So just want to make sure that it's more like not to forget it rather than but in the end it might change. So we have our thing here. It's all lighting. This we don't care for now. And what we'll do here, we'll probably have one or two other values for around, okay. So here, this is a light, right? I think this is the light when it's turned off. We'll see if we I think, hold on, maybe do they turn this on in the film? I think so, yeah, right? I think this is like a bright light. If it's the case, I will probably actually do it as turned on. We'll make it very bright because that's one more thing, information that we can convey. part of the vehicle, you know. Can try to get this a bit bigger, I think. Here, you know, I'm playing. As you can see, I'm gonna exaggerate a little bit that piece, because again, I'm not really making a perfect, you know, sort of a one-to-one realistic interpretation. I just want a thing to read very clearly as to what it is, even if I have to make a few compromises to accuracy. It would be good to get a nice clean triangle. It's good enough for now. So something I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna kill this, and I'm gonna copy the shape here over, just to get a sense of how bad it would look as purely isometric, which you know, might be fine. I think I'm gonna have to bring this guy a little further in. So again, see, this is kind of like very much like you have to. I can't really go too precise, but I want to try and capture the essence of it. So we'll have this. Circles are always a little bit annoying. That's you know, unfortunately, that's part of it. You can definitely feel like there's a kink there, because this sphere kind of like overlaps whatever piece there is there. So it's not really a circle, you know. But I think for that, I would probably need to suggest some kind of lighting in order to try and understand it. So we're gonna try it real quick. I do a bit of lighting there before I should normally, but again, it's because I think lighting there is an important sort of aspect of conveying that shape. That's why I'm tempted to go a little early in it. Try and get a bit of that sphere. It's not perfect, but just some of it. Now I need to make sure this looks somewhat right. So I think oops, probably need to bring this a little closer, and then maybe just do something like this. Something like that maybe. This bit should be a bit small. So here there's this double, you know, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna keep this like that, and then we're gonna use the black just really just for that top sort of thread looking thing, you know, like a tank thread or like a wheel tire or something. I'm gonna keep this the black just for that. I think that's reasonable. We're gonna go a little more in here, lighting, which is again like a really bad angle. Damn it. I have to do that. We'll see. I want to feel the front of it. And we're gonna do this thing because I think it's gonna help to understand the shape a bit. Now the question is, what do we do for that? Obviously we can't go like all of those stripes. I think we'll try to find some kind of arbitrary color in between. Something like this for now, and then we'll deal with that eventually, but right now I'm just trying to get but again, it could get very confusing, so and again, like I said, see, this is probably a way bigger than it should be, but again, we're not necessarily doing this very accurately. It's more the impression of it. Scale this guy again. I'm gonna copy this over. Again, this is just for placement. And I'll repaint, but I want to make sure that I'm roughly where it should be. So technically the right way of doing this is if we consider that this line is more or less straight, you know, like almost like let's say our isometric angles are this. Hold on. This, we have this angle and we have that angle, or this, maybe a bit more. Then that should end up here like the same, and so this is the way to know where you know, the limit of where things should be. And the reason, and you can see that here there's this overlap goes way further than that, and this is because of the perspective that I don't want. So let's say in that case we say that we go this angle for everything, then technically I should use this, and you can cheat, you know, but I should use this to align it like this. That's one way of doing it. But you see, it seems a bit short, so I can just cheat a little bit there and push this one a bit, and then we'll push this one as well, because I don't want it to be too short. Maybe one more pixel like that. Commit to that for now, and we'll go back to fixing this because it's a bit short now. So now it's a different shape, it's flat, so I need to fill all that with one color. And I think we'll start doing a bit of lighting there, top lighting, just to see. Oops, sorry, something like that for now. Eventually, in the end, I'll probably try to find the proper values and stuff, but that's good enough for now. This line feels like it's going off, so I'm gonna keep it this way. I'm gonna fill everything, and then we'll add the black in the center if we can. Okay, I'm just gonna push this guy just a bit because it kind of bothers me. Something like that. See if it works or not. Push this as well. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. Just gonna flip it real quick just to get a sense. Get rid of that. Okay, so one thing I think I need to do is get this a bit smaller. This portion feels very thin there, especially towards the front. I think the end can be a little bigger. And at this point, really, I'm just I'm kind of going with my gut at that point. I don't really I'm not gonna pretend being like super accurate, because you just have to too many things have changed since started to really try and focus on the exact reference. Not like that. This doesn't seem very rounded all of a sudden. You will have a top surface of some kind. Okay. Then again, I need to simplify everything and start trying to figure what I'm going to do here. I think it could go a little longer for that window. Maybe not too much. So I really want to feel that top, surface here. So rounded here. So we need to get that round, sort of roundness. Simulate our top shape here. Something like this. This doesn't quite work anymore, but that's fine. Too big. Here. We'll try and do that. Oops. So here, supposed to have some kind of light or something, and keep it very deset, but still in the bluish, maybe. I don't want to go too bright, but maybe something like this for now. And here there is some kind of thing. Just I'm not gonna go too much into detail at this point, but just placement, something in there. We'll deal with that later. Here there's gonna be this thing. Again, this is all because it helps me to determine, if I'm off, or completely off or not, in terms of the distance of things and where things should be. Something like that. And then we're gonna go here, probably some kind of shadow of that part. At this point we still not too bad. Here's some kind of little vent or whatever. There we're gonna have to have our chevron type thing. Here there's another sort of air intake or whatever that be. We'd have to ask Seedmead what he had in mind. It's a little intake there. Now we have a top shape here, so we'll do the top shape. Bit of lighting. It goes to this vent. Not a very pretty angle, but if we have to anti-alias this a bit, we'll do it. It's fine. But for now, it's just placement. There's definitely a round sort of like, I'm missing this, so I think I need to get that. I think it's very much a essential part of the design. Let's try and get that. Okay, and then we meet this. Okay. Police 995. DMV, look at that. Department of Motor Vehicles. Even in Blade Runner, the DMV is everywhere. Wonder if they had to wait in line to get that sticker. So, we'll do that. A little annoying that they touch, you know, these things. I'm not too happy about that, so I'm just gonna do this. I don't like that they touch. It's getting a bit confusing. So keep going with this. We'll simplify it. Get rid of that. Get rid of all this. So this is top shape. So I think we're gonna try and suggest this. Even though, I mean, there's quite a bit of a complex shape going on here, but let's say for now, let's just stop. You know, kind of rounded. That's it. It's like a refraction on top. So at least we got that figured out. And then here, oh boy. Here we have something like this with the top shape there. For the life of me, I can't. Okay, hold on. Let's use this thing here. I'm gonna try and center. Here we need to suggest the fact that this spot would probably be in shadow, and here there's the top surface. Oof. It's gonna be an interesting exercise there. Kind of shape that we're not gonna like doing. But you know what? Good enough for now. Come back to this. Here is probably another. Now we have all this stuff. I get no idea what this is. With some kind of. Gonna go real quick just to try and shape it real quick. Then we have 44, which would be somewhere there. Trick's gonna be to try and suggest as many of those stickers and stuff that we can without really having to represent all of it. I think I'm gonna go a bit brighter. So this is more as the shape. Here there's this little thing, we'll pretend that this is it. And then here we have another whatever. And then, boy, this is complicated. Oof, okay. And red, we'll take a red for now. A lighter. Something there. Yeah, maybe. And we have that. Oh, there's a wheel. Okay, hold on. Wow. The wheel. So the wheel, there's some kind of tire. So same thing here. We'll probably gonna have to cheat this a bit, and then something like that. Who knew the spinner was so complicated? Of course, Seedmead, you know. Didn't work with pixels, this guy. Too easy. Could do anything you want. But I have to deal with that stuff now. Okay, so that's for that. Let's go look at rough perspective. Oh, what? No. Here's something that I really want to get, the nice rounded canopy there that I completely screwed. Unacceptable. I really need to get that. That's changing the whole thing. And if I have to push it even a bit more than I should, then I'll do it. So I think it's really important. The fact that it's not flat, you know. But of course, you know, pixel being pixel, the angles don't cooperate necessarily. But that's okay, I think. And then we'll use that blue there. Just a bit of something. Okay, let's flip this real quick. Spinner, that's a good vehicle for the game. What a great vehicle. How, yeah, that's awesome. Glad you thought about that, Gina. For some reason it wasn't even on my list. Just insanity. How can you not have the spinner? First vehicle I thought about was the DeLorean. That's it just came to mind like right away. And then I was like, okay, what else? But no spinner, which is nuts. My mind must have been clouded by some Back to the Future madness, because really, I mean, how can you forget about the spinner? and sometimes I'll just do some kind of like fake detail, you know, like whatever, you know, just because reasons, just to make it look like it's technical and there's a suggestion of all this detail, but it's really not there. That's something sometimes you have to do in order to sell a little bit more the design. Here I'm gonna try and get this. It'd be nice to get the little edge of the canopy, and then so is this this is a light, right? This is a yellow light, yellowish. Let's just double check real quick. Spinner. Someone has this somewhere. Find a shot. Yeah, so this is a light one. It's just or is it? Yeah, it's kind of a. Oh, is this okay too? Huh. So I should probably use the same color, I think. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna go a little bit yellow on those and pretend that they're lit. They're the actual, you know, headlights. So I think if we want to pretend that, might as well do it like it's all lit, and then this would be lit too. And then we'll try to suggest an edge, something like that maybe. It's a bit fat and vulgar, but I'll make it look a little more interesting later, like this. But we'll do probably the same here. We'll see. So I assume I can't see any light on this. It's just that, and that's it. I would assume. Okay, so we got. So I think at this point. Ugh. I'm so scared of that shape. This should be able to almost define it with just the lighting. I think that's gonna be the way. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna fix this, but just wanna try and understand that shape there first. Oh, and all those lights, god damn it, that's the worst. There's one. Two. Let's have one here. Boop. Beep. We're gonna have one there. Beep. We're gonna have one here. Boop. Maybe just this. Gonna have one there. And this is blue. So we don't like this one bit, but we have to have it. So in that case, I think what we'll do is crank the saturation really hard. No, but we need to go dark though. That's not gonna be good. Well, I think we'll have a little bit of metal to show it, you know. So that, and then here we have one, right, more or less, and then another one that's like right behind or somewhere. Is it there, I think? And then maybe one here. I think that's fine, and we can do that, boom, boom. And then a little bit of blackness, technical blackness, we call this technical term. And then here we'll do that, or not, actually, hold on, maybe that. That's the light. They should have added a few more dozens, I think, because it's a bit light. We can do a little bit of lighting on this if we want, like this. Boop, 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 and even a little bit of a highlight, even stronger, like this. Boop, boop. Hold on. Like that, and then here, one here. So getting there slowly. Let's flip this guy. It's a bit small, but at the same time, I mean, is a spinner really a big thing? I don't know. We can make it a bit bigger. I guess we could make it a bit bigger. That's not the most fun thing to do, but let's see. Let's see where we could play with this. I'm kind of tempted to make it, and this is something I generally do with the vehicles, they're always a little more fat, you know, a little more, a little wider than they are. And the reason is because I want to take the space, and it makes them a little more impressive, you know. I think I can afford to do that, and maybe we'll make it a little longer as well. Oh, what's going on here? And now I'm confused. This was there, and this was that. Like this. Well, it's going to be fun to do the inside. Ooh. I think we'll have to do it though. At least suggest the inside, I think. A bit, if we can. Do that, 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 do that. Okay. Now, you know, this canopy annoys me. I want it more rounded. Bit more rounded. Nope. Ah, this angle. The angle of death. think even that could be maybe. Can we do that? Just give it a bit more. Yeah, I think it's probably fine to do that, right? Just give it a bit more. Of course. And then that is, I think, fine. Yeah, we could probably even do that. Yeah, I think I like this actually. Kind of a little, you know. Gonna go fairly low contrast on something like this. Yeah, so this is plenty. So here I'm not too sure. I don't know what I'm doing with this. Let's not do that now. So inside there's 2 seats, some kind of thing. So in a case like this, I'm not gonna necessarily, hold on. Actually, we're gonna paint everything the same black. In a case like this, I'm just gonna. Obviously, there's nothing finished there. It all needs a lot of love, but I feel like I need to go and suggest some detail in there first. Kind of want to do that now. Just because I feel like we're at that point where I think not all the masses are in there, not all of it is in there, and I want to have most of the stuff in there before I start messing with little small detail and stuff. Oops. I'm a bit confused here about I'm gonna render all that, but trying to suggest some kind of seats. Yeah, I really don't want to go over the top. It would be nice to feel a bit of some kind of detail in there. Just you can sense a little bit at least the top, like whatever is closer to the glass, you can see more. So all the stuff that's in there, like right in the center, would probably try and lose, but we can suggest this is close to the glass and maybe the top of the seats, something like this. So here we'll definitely try to have something. Here I'm just taking some license with whatever it's in there, because I'm really just interested in suggesting things. As long as we get a sense of a little bit of a tech detail in there, then that's okay, I think. I wonder if there's a color to the seats in there. Is there anything? You know what we could do too is maybe have a little bit of a few lights in there. Maybe just could be interesting. Maybe there are just a bit of something. And on top we'll have I think we'll have a pretty hard, or not. We'll have a pretty hard highlight probably there. In here, maybe I'll try to have another one somewhere that will be more like something like this, you know, just to get the feel of the glass eventually. But we're not there yet, so there's no point in doing this for now. That's why I'm not doing too much in there, because I think I'm gonna occlude quite a bit with the reflection eventually, you know. Or I think what I'll probably do is suggest a reflection from the whatever the white is reflecting on this spot, you know. So would be probably something like this, right? And then here we'll have the big highlight. That should render. See, this is pretty convincing glass, I think. So we'll probably do that. But let's not jump the gun, alright? There's still quite a bit to do. Here there's another suggestion of lighting. Oh, I'm not using the same. Is it the same? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna do that. Add a little detail. I don't mind getting it a little more fat there. I think it's It's all right. I don't mind that. So I think it's getting there now. It's getting interesting. It's more in scale with everyone. I like how it looks. You know, kind of land there. Hey, Christian's like, wow, leave me alone. Okay. Yeah, I think it's all right. What else? I think we'll play with a little bit of spec on this one a little more, but so far let's keep focused. Here, let me see if I can just go one. And just anti-air guys a little bit there, because feels a little hard overall. I think I don't really like that. In the end, I think I may give it a little quick contrast at the end, but for now I think it's fine to do this with those values that we have. Oh, wait. Oh, that was a bad idea. So, has anyone thought about? I mean, has anyone? Not that you have to, but if anyone's still awake, should I do time lapses of that stuff, or should I you know, just dump the into like the entirety of the stream onto YouTube? What's the best there to do? Anyone can tell me? My gut feeling is that I should probably do the time lapse, but I'm kind of lazy, and that's one more work to do. You know, one more thing to do on top of everything. So I don't know, but yeah, I feel like it's probably the best thing to do. Yeah, very good point, actually. Yeah, maybe, yeah, that's why doing all of it? Yeah, actually, it's a very good idea. Just do one and see if people are even interested or not. If not, yeah, that's actually that's probably the best approach right there. Just do one, see how it goes. Because also I don't know how actually I don't know how YouTube works, but my feeling is that the way they monetized or whatever is per view, or I'm not sure. And if I have to make this a little bit of a, a source of revenue, then you would imagine that the best would be short videos that people can actually watch all and entirety. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe you never get any real view that counts as one view. I don't know. Do you have to watch a certain percentage of the video, or how does that work? I think it's another light, right? Yep. So we're gonna assume that all the lights have the same, color, and that's gonna be it. Just a little thing here. Well, one thing that I've learned doing this is how difficult it is to get noticed. Which, I mean, I knew because, you just have to look at all the other streamers and how long sometimes it takes for them to get even a little bit noticed. So I don't mean this as a, complaining or anything. I totally get it. There's so much stuff anyway to see for people that it doesn't really come as a surprise that they're not gonna jump on the stream. This seems in the wrong position. Oh. Still wrong. I'm gonna get this. We'll do that for now. So I'll deal with this crap later. Here we're gonna do the spherical thingy. I think here I'm gonna need some extra value. I think that's all right. Okay. have to be careful not to cram the thing with detail, because at some point it's gonna get very busy and a bit difficult to to read. So it's tempting to it's that part where it's a bit fun to try and see how much detail you can get into that limited space. But I think it's quite important to remember that you don't always need to actually exercise, so to speak, your full detail privilege, because you can hurt yourself, I think. So I think I'm always I try to get conscious of this if I can, so that things don't start to become super convoluted and complex, and to the point that you don't even know what you're looking at. So I would always recommend being very self-aware. And I think when you have for me, I have already other sort of vehicles and characters and stuff, and so I can gauge this a little bit better. I can try and determine, just look at what I've done and see if they fit together. If one of them feels like it's very complex, or or hard to understand, then maybe that means that I've gone a bit too far. I think it should always feel like it's roughly part of the same world, from this to there. And I think I'm getting very close now to that point. So I want to be a bit careful now, because this is very this goes very fast. Actually, I feel like it's very easy to fall into this quite fast and add the detail. Especially in Pixel, you don't. It doesn't really take a lot of time to add the sort of extra information, and before you know it, it's too late, and then it's getting really tedious to try and figure what you should keep and what you should remove. So I think it's always a bit better to try and be a bit conscious about it, and stop before you have to start removing stuff, if that makes sense. Getting really close to that point now. Very, very close. So I'm not a big fan of the color. I think it looks a little I mean, yes, it's all right, but I think we really need this police whatever here. So this is always kind of a little bit of a challenge to do that sort of stuff. So it's more like a suggestion again. I'm gonna have to go lower contrast again. Things that have a lower contrast seem smaller. So it's always a good thing to do, to remember, if you're struggling a little bit with that. think it's nice to have a bit of something. And here I think we can even just a bit of another little thing like that. Don't need more. Here there's a bit of yellow. I think we can also afford this. Just very, very small. I hope this guy is accurate in his model, but it looks like it's very accurate to me. Let's see if we can have a bit of lighting there. Don't know that I necessarily need that, but I think it's alright. Gives it just a bit of volume. And at this point, getting really close now to done, and minus the glass. Got that. Can have a bit of yellow here if we want. We get this thing that's what do you call it? I think I need to have those little you know those little poles for the lights. Yeah, I think that's better. So in here there's a lot of complexity, but a huge fan of that. I think you could do that, but I think that's gonna be it. I'm a bit worried now that things generally get very messy now. Let's see if we can maybe we can do that though. Just kind of groups the light together with the dark around, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, I think at this point we're gonna be done with this guy. Let me do the glass. Hold on, before that, where am I? I just want to play with the contrast just a bit. See if I can push it a little more contrast in it, and more saturation. Yeah, I think it's okay to do that. It's a bit dark. Yeah, I think it's fine to do that. And then let's see if we can do the glass now. So we're gonna go pretty hard on use a white there, and really try and sell a big highlight there. Like for this stuff, you want to go very high contrast usually. And then now we're gonna have another one, I'm gonna go pure white, fill everything, and suggest that reflection. Something like this. You can even really play with the shape of the canopy. You know, keep it nice and rounded like this. So this really is that reflection. And now what we do is play with the opacity. And I think I'm gonna remove one line. Too invasive. Or maybe even two. See, that's a pretty good trick for reflection, and you can also even sometimes remove the not as much, remove just a bit of the outside, so then you get a bit more read on the silhouette, you know. That's kind of nice, and we can even remove just anti-highlights this a little bit, because you want this glass to look really smooth. So something like this, maybe a little less. We can play with that now. Find that that nice balance, you know. And you see before, after, how much more sort of glass feel will look. And then we can use this and add a little bit of so just a bit more speck in some areas. In particular here, I think would be a nice addition, because this would catch the light probably like this. That's a nice little highlight, you see. Here, I think it's a bit much. Gonna be a bit lighter there. And I think I could do one more here, but it might compete now. Is that it's going to compete with that light, and I don't want that to happen. So I think we're going to leave it like this. However, I think here we need to maybe do a bit of a little too strong there. I think that feels better. So our highlight, speck, and then second reflection. I'll keep this separate for a while, because sometimes you want to play with a different lighting, different reflection, and it's very hard to remove, you know, because so might as well keep it separate for now. We are going to create a new folder just for maintenance, a spinner. We call this reflections, and then spinner here. And I think we're gonna be done now with that guy. Last look. Is there anything I forgot? forgot or could do better, probably. There's a chance I'll try and fix a few things tomorrow. If I catch a few things that are not quite right. Got this. Yeah, I think it's about done. Unless you guys see something that I would have something really obvious that I missed, it's very possible. So please let me know. Even later on you know, when I post on Instagram or whatnot, you can feel free to tell me, you know, if you see something that is not quite right to you. I'll be happy to go back. Like I said, if you remember what I said earlier about Jessica Rabbit, that a few people on Reddit mentioned the fact that they really missed some facial features, and I think they were definitely right on this one. Even though I really always careful with faces, because I feel like they tend to be very caricatural at that size. But I think in that case, it was a very good advice. I'm glad that people mentioned that. So so if you guys see something, you should speak out for sure. I think, you know, I miss a little bit of that kind of roundness in the back. Could probably add a few pixels, and that might be nice actually to just feel around a bit more. See, because now we feel the sort of this shape a little better, I think. Like here to there, right? I think it's worth doing, in my opinion. Makes him like his butt is a little more full, but that's all right. I think he's a little, like I said, you know, there are a little bit of a toy variation on those real vehicles. They're not like super accurate. Yeah, I mean, if there's nothing else, I think we're going to call this spinner. Oh, we need a shadow on the spinner. A little bit of a shadow. So yeah, okay, so we'll do a shadow. Take this. I actually don't like those shadows. I think they're too like here's what I did there. I think this is what I'll do on the white background generally. I changed all the shadows for the character for light blue, and I think it's a nicer. Actually, maybe I should color this a little bit too. You see, I think it's a nicer shade of shadow. So I think I'll do the same here for the spinner. Let's try something fun. Just for fun. I'm gonna copy this, copy the spinner entirely, and then we're going to fill it with okay, props. That's the shadow of the skateboard. I'm gonna take the same 30%. So we're going to take the spinner, fill it entirely 30%, and even less because he's quite high. We can do maybe something like that to give it a little bit of oh, maybe this is better, like this. I'm gonna simplify the shadow though a bit. I don't think it needs to be that that complex, you know. Gonna make it a little more flat. Maybe not that. Oops. Trying to make it very clean so it doesn't so, the less you know, weird angles, the less you're gonna look at the shadow. The shadow is really just like for support, but we don't want it to be too much of a thing that people look at, you know. I'm gonna go like this, I think. We'll call this shadow. And I think that's it at this point. The spinner there, the reference, the final. So as you can see, so now look, if we take our spinner there, bring it back over here, and I blow it out, and then you'll see that the proportions and angles they change quite a bit. You see, most notably the front has changed quite a bit. But that's kind of part of what you have to do. Like I said, you want to kill that perspective there, you know, and all this distortion. So it's kind of like the goal. And also you see, I generally tend to change a little bit the angle so it looks a little bit more like from the top. And again, because this is also foreshortened quite a bit because of the perspective. So this ends up a little higher, this spot, than in there. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. You know, you're not like trying to do exactly that, but trying to get the essence of it. So I think we're gonna be done for tonight. How long has it been? 2 hours and 42 minutes. So a little faster actually than usual. But I guess it's because I didn't have any long introduction talking about stuff that no one cares about in movies. And so yeah, I went faster into the art. So I guess it's about the same time probably. So there you go. We're done tonight. We finished the Rocketeer, and then we went on to making a vehicle thanks to Julian's suggestion, which was a really good one, and to make the spinner. That might be a good vehicle in the game because you can actually take off with it. That's kind of cool. I guess technically you could take off with the DeLorean too, depending on where you get it in the story, but before after modification in the future. I think I like the classic one, you know, not flying. Kind of like that. So, but we'll see. Maybe we'll do a, you know, little extra skill that you can unlock for this. That could be fun. So I think I'm gonna call this stream, and thanks everyone. I've seen quite a few people staying the entire thing. I think so. I really appreciate that you guys stuck with me and looked at this spinner getting made. It was good fun actually. It was a good exercise to make. I really enjoyed it. And then next time will be now Wednesday, where we'll do something else. I don't know what yet, but we'll figure it out. And then in the meantime, I wish everyone a good night or good day, depending where you are. And I hope I'll see you back on Wednesday now. So thanks again, and see you soon. Bye.